Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and I gotta say, this is Deals Week for musicians. Earlier in the week, I talked about a new bundle over on Humble that included Mixcraft, an excellent DAW. We'll get back to that in just a minute. And today I have another bundle. This one's on Fanatical, however, and this is the AAS, or Applied Acoustic Sounds, I think that was, Synthesizer and Sounds bundle. This is a collection of either pre-configured instruments using the AAS player, or basically virtual instruments, and these can plug into your DAW of choice, such as Mixcraft, which I'm going to use for the demonstration today, but also you could use some LMMS, Reaper, whatever you happen to be using. Now, this one is organized a lot like a Humble bundle. It's split into tiers, but it's kind of straightforward. You buy a high dollar tier, you get all of the stuff below it. By the way, if you purchase using my link, I get a small commission, and thank you so much if you do. We're going to be taking a look at all of the contents of this bundle. Now, I do have to warn you straight up front, and we'll see more details in a minute. These have been featured almost product for product in a previous Humble bundle, so do be sure to check your Humble bundle and make sure you don't already own these products. All right, so we're getting here. The first tier, which is about $8 USD, you're getting Strum Sessions, which is an excellent virtual guitar instrument. We'll see that one in action in a minute, and Analog Essentials, as well as the AAS player, which, by the way, you can download for free if you want to go ahead and check it out yourself. Then we're getting a couple more pre-configured at the second tier. Nobody's going to buy just this tier. You're either going to buy Tier 1, and Tier 3. So Tier 2, it's in the middle, again, about $11 US. Includes these two products as well as Journeys, Angelicals, and Frontier. These are basically, as I said, pre-configured instruments that you can use through the AAS player host. So you can't really tweak the instruments like you can with these guys right here, but they're also a lot easier to use. And then we get into the final tier here, and you're getting the Lounge Lizard electric piano VST, and the Ultra Analog Sessions analog synthesizer, and then also Ultra Effects and Kitnetics for, again, the AAS player, which you're getting at the free tier. So that is the bundle as it stands. Now, I told you earlier on, this was heavily featured in a previous bundle back in 2020. Angelicals, Frontier, AAS players, Analog Essential, Ultra Effects, Kinetics, Journeys, Strum Sessions, Lounge Lizards, and Ultra Analog Sessions, which is basically that one, 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 and that one. So we've had this bundle. So do be sure, check that you don't already own it. You redeem it on their website. Here are kind of what we were looking at here. You get an idea of the prices for some of these things. I think we are one version out of date in every case. So you're kind of getting a slightly dated version, but when you're talking about instruments, it's not like they change a whole lot. So you should be fine in that regard. They also have a pre-compiled bundle of all this stuff, but as you can see, you are still saving a heck of a lot of money in this particular case. So we'll cut back to some of the other bundles that are currently running over there. Now what we're going to do is head on over to Mixcraft. I'm going to show you a couple of these things in action. Again, you can pick up Mixcraft right now in a Humble bundle, which I will link down below. So you can pick up a ton of musical stuff right now and get yourself going. So first thing we're going to do, we've got a MIDI instrument track already configured. That's how all of these things are hosted. We're just going to come over here, and you're going to see here we have VSTI instruments. By the way, I did a getting started tutorial on Mixcraft 9. It'll be linked as well. So if you want to kind of figure out how to use this guy, I have you set up there. So come here, VSTs, and we got a number of different options. I'm going to go, we'll show the electric piano first. It's probably the most straightforward. So you double click it. There you can see it right there. There's a library of things set up. I haven't registered yet. All right. So you see here, you can configure things as they go, or you can come up here and use presets like so. Bring up the musical typing, and we can actually hear this guy in action. And then let's pick a different. And then, of course, you can tweak things to your heart's content, like so. And you can change the reverb setup of how things sound, like so. So if you need an electric piano, that is what Lounge Lizard is all about. So that is the one plugin in this particular case. Next up, we have Sessions 4. I think I double click. Yeah, there we go. This one has a number of presets going on here, so we can go like there, and or we can do something kind of the same sort of concept. Then we've got over here, let's go show the AAS player. Now this is going to be the host for a ton of the content that we were looking at here. So if we go on back to the bundle, you're going to see, so this hosts this, and this. this, and this. These are all hosted inside of the AAS player. So let's go on back over here. So here you can see the player gets hooked up, and this is just basically pre-configured instruments. So we're going to go over here. So that is the analog essentials. You're going to see under each one of these collections, there are a number of different pre-configured instruments going on. And then we've got Angelicals. And then again, we got a number of pre-configured going there. So you can't modify them. You've got no control over how these things sound. But these are how all of these instruments are basically, they're pre-configured. You come in and you just basically choose them and play them. And there's a decent number of configurations in there. And these are kind of thematically organized around like whatever genre or whatever that pack is all about. So I can't believe that one's called Big Hitter and then it doesn't really do anything. So you can get some very different sounds kind of coming out of these. So that is the sound packs. That's how they're played. They're all hosted through that AAS player. And then the other one that's going on in here is Strum Sessions. And this is a virtual guitar. Actually pretty cool. There's a lot of options configurability here. You could play it either in keyboard mode like so. So we're set into keyboard mode right there. And I could just do it. So if you're trying to do something a little bit more mellow, you can do it note by note here. Or you can go into guitar mode. We can turn auto strumming on. And now we can start playing chords. And then strumming keys. And you're going to notice you actually have a lot of options here. So right now we're playing acoustic, and under acoustic we've got a number of predefined. So we could do a nylon instead. Get yourself a different setting. Of course, you could play around with the EQ settings and all that stuff. But we've also got the option over here to go into electric mode. You can also switch between the neck and the bridge when in electric mode. We have a number of predefined ones here, so let's do some shredding here. Auto strumming's turned on. So if you're trying to go pure metal, that is your option here. You're noticing a number of options over here in terms of controlling how. So let's do doom metal. So you can basically recreate any kind of guitar that you want using Strum Session, and that is the majority of them. I think I'm missing, oh, I didn't cover this one. So we've also finally got Ultra Analog Session, and this one is a straightforward synth. By the way, there are 3 or 4 different synths basically recreating real-world synthesizers in that other bundle as well, the one currently running on Humble with Mixcraft in it. So here, you've got a number of presets going on here, and you can recreate some very different sounds. So let's, yeah, that actually didn't do anything. So let's, and so you can obviously change out the effects. So, and basically that's that. So this can be used to create whatever kind of sounds you want. You can also save your presets as you like them. And that's kind of the gist of this bundle. So again, this one is running over on Fanatical. That is what you're getting. All of the above are basically $20 US. Or if you're interested in basically just picking up a handful of instruments and a virtual guitar, you can get that at the mid tier. This tier, a little bit less special, but you're getting a decent selection of VSTs in here. Again, I do have to warn you though, if you picked up Humble Bundles in the past, check to make sure that you don't already have this. And on the topic of bundles, there's actually a few things going on Fanatical that are kind of interesting. I didn't cover them either because of the repetition or because of they're a little bit too off topic to the channel, but since I'm already doing a Fanatical video here, I thought I should point some of these out. Right now, there are 2 royalty-free music bundles going on here, and again, these have licenses that allow them to use them in your game. Just do be careful when you're doing something on YouTube or Twitch or so on, where they have content ID type systems in place. You need to do a derived work. You can't just use it exactly as it is in a lot of cases, although in these cases, this is straight up music, so you probably can actually. There's a handful of sound effects in this bundle as well. So if you are looking for a sound effects library or some pre-done music for you, that's what this one is all about. And then we've also got that other, oops, I left where I want it to be. We've got that other bundle as well. And then finally, there is the graphics bundle here. And this one is more for graphics producers. It's got things like Photoshop brushes, fonts, lookup tables, tons of lookup tables. But again, it's not really game dev related because a lot of these are like, weddings and Lightroom presets and so on. So if you're doing static image manipulation, but we also got things like 3000 sci-fi backgrounds. So that could be of use to some of you for sure. Photo overlays. It's kind of just a general, if you're a graphics kind of person, bundle going on here. And there's definitely, so there's an icons pack in it that could be of use to some people, and then a 650 plus font bundle, which again, be sure to check that there's a redistribution license in there. So you may not be able to use these with a game unless that license explicitly states it. But another bundle of interest that is going on there. Another thing to be aware of, and this is something I covered way in the past, they've got a number of book bundles going on too, mostly packed press stuff and some training courses as well. So if you've never been to Fanatical before, you've got Zenva courses on here on discount. You have a number of book bundles, C++, Java, Python, game programming, and Unreal. I think there's a Unity one as well. Yeah, and there's a Godot book or two in here. There's a couple of Blender books there as well. These bundles just kind of keep running and running and running. I did do hands-on with them when they first announced this, but the bundles are still there. So if you're looking at picking up some books, there's some nice stuff available on Fanatical as well. But the big thing we are focusing on today is the AAS synthesizers and sounds bundle. And again, if you want to pick up the software that I used in this example, that is Mixcraft Studio 9, which I did do a tutorial on if you want to go and check that out. And I've also covered, as you can see by the suggestion box down below, a number of other things in the past, such as the Rhythm, LMMS, we've got Reaper, and so on. So I've covered a number of DAWs on this channel. If you want to go and check those out, those are available as well. So that's it. What do you think of this bundle? Let me know, comments down below, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.